And good Wednesday morning. I'm your friend Scotty Ray. Off to the races we go together. Starting out today at 64. And temperature is going to be extremely high as we wait for a high of about 77 today. That's warm. And what does that mean? Storms. We'll have some issues starting into the northwest of Mississippi. And then by tomorrow, we need you to pay close attention as we'll get more into this in just a moment. Have a weather plan. We have now, as we kept thinking, as the National Weather Service released this information about a week before these storms got here tomorrow, that we needed to pay close attention, and we have now moved to a level 3 for tomorrow, which means tornadic activity is most likely going to happen somewhere in the area. We're going to show the maps. We'll show you all of that in just a minute and do the breakdowns. But most of all, if you're watching me, share this with a friend. Make absolutely sure that you have a weather plan for tomorrow in our area. And what I mean by that is if a tornado warning is issued, you know where you're going and you know how long it takes to get there. It's not one of those last minute, oh, what do I do now? Make sure to plan ahead for this event tomorrow. If you live in a mobile home, don't stay there if a warning is issued. This could be some very, very serious weather that we have approaching for tomorrow. It's one of those that we need to give wholeheartedly focus on for tomorrow. We'll give all of the breakdown here in just a moment as we begin this Wednesday. It is hump day. We got some wet weather in store for us today. 60% chance. We'll get all of that in a moment. Right now, let's head out to Collinsville. Let's go to the First Baptist Church, and he's going to talk to us about children. Truly, is there anything more precious than that? Let's listen to Brother Ben this morning.
You know, God has given us many good gifts, but one of the best that He's given us is the gift of children. My wife and I, we have 5 of our own, and we've had the joy over the years of ministering to thousands of children and teenagers in various ways. They're a blessing to be around, but they're also a treasure we're to steward and protect. You see, children are especially precious to God. Therefore, they should be precious to us. Jesus said in Matthew 18 that it's not the will of God that any of the little ones around us should perish, so we should do everything in our power to lead them away from sin and to Jesus. In fact, Jesus emphatically states if anybody causes a little one to sin, it would be better for that person to have a great millstone fastened around his neck and to be drowned in the depth of the sea. So what sort of influence are you having on the little ones around you? Or maybe more importantly, what sort of influence are you allowing others to have on the children around you, both personally, but also through various media? May you protect them from evil, leading them from sin and to Jesus. Change begins in you.
The Change Begins in You is brought to you in part by Piggly Wiggly of Collinsville, Patrick Allen Companies, Mitchell Tire and Wrecker in Collinsville, and Mowdy Cabinetry. What a good message from Brother Ben. Hopefully that sunk in. It does mean a lot. I see that Roy mentioned here this morning that his son lost his home last night. They lost everything in a fire. I'm not sure if that is the same home that was lost on Long Creek Road or not. If you could, a little bit later on, even if it takes into the morning hours of getting us the information so we can pass it along for folks to help out. Nothing worse than losing your home and everything you have. We think of y'all during this tough time. That is not good news, not what we wanted to hear this morning. We'll go over all the events that happened yesterday in the area. We had several wrecks. We did have a fire that I'm aware of that they did lose everything, and a lot of events around the state of Mississippi. We'll catch you up to date on the very latest of what you need to know today. And we also have this morning, as you're starting out, and we'll go more into it this morning, we have an 86-year-old missing in Clark County this morning. Sometime between 11 p.m. and 2 a.m. disappeared from the home. Most likely barefooted around County Road 154 there in Clark County. If you happen to see somebody, I know that they were starting the search in the early morning hours, and most likely we'll have a bigger search party beginning at daylight. We'll keep you up to date on that at the very latest that we know of. To Corey, that's right, 10 o'clock, do you know where your kids are? Makes a difference as to your kids and how they turn out if you have interest in their lives and take part of it. It's amazing how things can be turned around just by being a parent. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Whether you're a grandparent, whatever it is, if you're the biggest influence on those children's lives, that's what matters. All right, let's turn our focus, and I want to read this as I start talking about severe weather that is for tomorrow. We are, as I said, at a level 3 from the National Weather Service. They put it this way: on Thursday, from late morning through the afternoon hours, these thunderstorms will be capable of producing some strong tornadoes, damaging wind gusts up to 70 miles an hour, and a large hail. This is serious. This is a for real weather threat tomorrow. This is not one of those where it might be bad. It is going to be bad tomorrow. We're going to have bad stuff today in northwest Mississippi. Let me go ahead and show you the radar map this morning of what is happening today throughout the state of Mississippi, Arkansas, and Tennessee. As we pull this up, here is Meridian Honda radar. This is our northwestern corner of the state that could see some bad weather this afternoon into tonight time, up to Jackson, Tennessee, Union City, over to Paris, back down to Monticello there. And then in the state of Mississippi, Cleveland, Clarksdale, what we're talking is the Mississippi Delta. Now, as we move into tomorrow, let's switch this map to tomorrow where this is going to affect East Mississippi. And again, this is some of the most serious weather. There is a scale of 1 to 5. We're at a 3. A 3 is very, very treacherous. It can mean bad stuff for us. And as we look at this will stretch from Hattiesburg, Laurel, through the Meridian area, Clark County, Philadelphia, Scott County, Jasper, all of these areas of Smith County, Stark, Vegas, West Point, up through Tupelo, and then on into Alabama and into Murfreesboro, Tennessee, in these areas. This is going to be a round of severe weather that you need to pay close attention to. And as I mentioned just a moment ago, as I urged you to have a weather plan, you hear that a lot, I know. People say, have a weather plan. It goes in one ear and out the other. This is what I mean by this. Know where you're going when a warning is issued, when a tornado warning is issued. You know it takes me 10 minutes to get to point A to where there's safety, to where I will not get hurt, a place to go to. Make absolutely sure you have this mapped out for tomorrow. Now, I'm already getting questions of, is school going to be canceled? No, that has not been canceled yet or anything to that nature. Could this happen? It absolutely could, because this will come in the afternoon hours. And if you own a business or whatever, watch closely with the weather over the next 24 hours to make right decisions for your staff and for the people that shop with you or whatever the case may be. This could be a very serious round from noon until about 7 o'clock tomorrow night. I expect it to start exiting Mississippi and into the edge of Alabama somewhere around 6:30 tomorrow night. Again, this is a high-level threat that we have for tomorrow. Do not take this lightly in any way. All right, let's get deeper into this and take a look at some of the maps that the National Weather Service has given us.
Your forecast is brought to you by EMEPA, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
As we start out with our record highs, our record lows, it was 89 on this date, that it was 1989. A record high of 84 was set. We're going to be close to that today with a high of somewhere around 77. As we look to tomorrow, or rather back at the coldest date, was 21. 2021, we set a low of 16. Cold, was it not? As we look at the outlook for today, 75 in Meridian, 73 through Philadelphia. Columbus, Mississippi, the Air Force Base, 72. As we go to the south, Hattiesburg still hovering at 75, like Meridian, and even over and over to Natchez. Now, let's look at what we have in Alabama. The same thing, 75 degrees. Basically, anywhere where it joins Mississippi up and down that line, we'll see 71 in Birmingham. A little warmer down in Troy. Here's what we have for today and tonight. Severe weather to our northwest, and again, this is what we looked at a moment ago. Philadelphia, level 1, we'll see some light rain overnight. In Greenwood area, a little bit more serious, and then when you get into the Greenville area and the deep delta of Mississippi back into Arkansas, we could see tornadic activity in these areas tonight and into Tennessee. As we roll into tomorrow morning, again, here's our timelines. Beginning on the west side of the state at Vicksburg into the state line there around 6 to 9 9. From Vicksburg to Jackson, Mississippi, the timeline for severe weather is 10 until 4 p.m. And then from roughly at Forest all the way over into the edge of Alabama, anywhere from noon until 7 p.m. is what we're looking at on severe weather. So after lunch, it is a must that you're ready for what is coming for us tomorrow. And again, as we look at this is an enhanced tornadoes likely. Some may be severe, damaging winds of 70 miles an hour and up to golf ball size hail. Back to our west in the Jackson area, they'll see a slight risk. They're in the number 2 category. And then from there in the Delta, as it moves out of there towards us, it will downgrade to a 1. Again, pay close attention. This is not just talk. This is your life that we're talking about. Be prepared for tomorrow. If nothing happens, then oh well, we're okay. Better to be safe than sorry, as your mom once told you. We've got the threat. Let's take it serious for tomorrow. As we look at the edge of Alabama, you'll also see all the way from the Mississippi line, Alabama line, all the way over to Clanton, Birmingham. This is a level 3 also. From Clanton to Auburn is a level 2. And then as it enters Georgia there on the state line, it will be a level 1. We have this same thing. They'll have this error for anywhere from noon until 5 to 7. Alabama calling it 5 p.m. Mississippi still hanging on to 7 p.m. They may know a little bit more. It could linger around a little bit further. So we'll watch that closely as we move into this. This is for Thursday. It will downgrade to a level 1 there across Alabama. Now, as we look at the temperature, still hot. This is what is forming all of this. It's February, and we're looking at 77 degrees today. Not right, is it? No, it's not. As we move forward and we look at our 7-day outlook, 77 today, 64 for a low tonight with that 60% chance of rain anytime during the day. Most likely will end by 5 o'clock, 4:30. We'll have 76 tomorrow, 100% chance of rain and thunderstorms. By Friday, we're down to a 50% chance of storms. As we move into the weekend, we're looking at 55. As we look at Sunday, we'll have a high of about 65. And then back, we'll get into next week with that high being 74. Look at Tuesday. We could have another round of severe weather sometime next week as we see 78 in February. We'll watch all of that closely as we look into this. Wednesday, still 78 degrees. We do have rain chance showers there. We're going to be hot all the way through March the 1st. Look at this, 70 degrees beginning in March. That's strong. That's what we've got on the take with weather. And again, pay close attention to this, and any closings, anything that comes up, we'll let you know about. As we look at the best times to fish today, Chet's Paint and Body tells us a major time today begins at 7 o'clock through 9 o'clock if you're going to be out fishing. We'll be right back and wrap up some more as we get this day going.
The Precast Group, offering you the best selection when it comes to a storm shelter. Located on 145 South in Meridian, where they offer above-ground shelters that can be installed in your home as you're built-in, are conveniently located right outside your home if it's already built. They also offer storm shelters that can be installed in a slight bank or on flat ground. Protect your family today with a very affordable storm shelter from the Precast Group. Highway 145 South, 601-482-0003. The Precast Group.
As we get ready for tomorrow, again, we have severe weather tonight in the Mississippi Delta making its way to East Mississippi. And when I say East Mississippi, anywhere from Jackson, Mississippi, over to Birmingham, Alabama. East Mississippi, West Alabama area, severe weather threat tomorrow. This will be from noon until 7 p.m. Be ready for this, and we'll update you throughout the day. Make sure to follow our weather, whether you follow us on YouTube, if you follow us on Facebook. Make sure that you've got us marked. We'll be live during all these weather events leading up to this, tracking the weather to keep you and your family safe. We'll be back live in roughly 15 minutes from now. Deb's in. We've also got some great folks coming in to tell us about the battle for the Texas hospital. Quitman, as the big words were said back in 1861, there's Yankees in Quitman. They said that. They did. We'll tell you all about that. That's coming up this morning with Scotty Ray and Debbie. We'll see you soon as we'll kick the morning show off in just a moment.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners.